Syracuse and Boston College round 2, this time inside the Dome after SU beat them on the road earlier in the season. Tim Leonard, Corey Spector, Cameron Macaulay here on this web edition of Cuse Countdown. Guys, when we talk about these two teams, you've got to look at the guard play because they're two of the best guards in the country facing off. Ties battle for Syracuse, and for BC, they've got Ky Bowman.
And when Ky Bowman is at his best, he's a Naismith Player of the Year candidate.
That's a hot
He is
take.
that talented. No, it's not. He's that talented. 20-point per game scorer. He's a great facilitator out in transition. And when he shoots the three and makes them, he keeps backing up his range, forcing defenders to defend him 30 feet from beyond the arc. He is so talented of a shooter that Syracuse really has to watch out for.
Can you win Player of the Year if your team doesn't make the tournament?
No, I'm not saying you should win. Hold on.
Could you be a candidate for Player of the Year if your team doesn't make the tournament?
Yes.
Boston College is 11-10. They're not that good.
But he's pretty good.
Okay, cool.
You put him on a good team, he might win the Naismith Player of the Year.
Does he start on Duke?
Maybe.
Oh, he starts on Duke. He's pretty solid.
Maybe.
He's good. He's not Naismith Player of the Year.
Look, I will tell you someone who is good. Preseason All-American for the ACC. Tyus Battle, okay? And this year he's taking on a little bit of a different role. Not as much of a scorer as he was, but he's a creator. He's putting more into making sure this team gels well, and maybe the scoring isn't there. It was there last time they played Boston College, but his facilitation has been the best part of his game this year.
Yeah, he had 31 points last time in Chestnut Hill. When you take a look at these two teams, Syracuse 16-7 overall, BC 11-10, but the stats don't really support that. Most of these statistics up there, BC's favor, Cam.
It's worth noting most of these statistics are offensive statistics, and you can tell these two teams are really similar on offense. The main difference, Syracuse is a much better half-court defense than Boston College.
And the reason why these statistics lie is because Syracuse is just a more veteran team. Frank Howard, O'Shea Brissett, Tyus Battle have been there in the NCAA tournament. Boston College, frankly, has not.
Syracuse trying to bounce back after a tough loss at home to Florida State. They got run out of the Carry Dome, 80-62. How do they bounce back, Corey?
Well, we talked about my affinity for Ky Bowman. There's also Jordan Chapman, who's another terrific player on the perimeter. Syracuse has to watch the interior, though, and limit Nick Popovich. If he starts to get going for Boston College, then there's a lot of diversity, a lot of versatility for this Boston College offense when you can go inside and then kick it back out to Ky Bowman. If Popovich establishes early on, then Chapman and Bowman can really get their shots up. Syracuse can't double Ky Bowman, and that creates problems. Watch out for Nick Popovich.
So you're going to tell me Nick Popovich is a Player of the Year candidate?
No, I'm not going that far.
Listen. For Syracuse, my key to the game is to capitalize on turnovers. You look back at the last game these two teams played, very similar numbers. The biggest difference, Syracuse had 21 points off turnovers, Boston College had 11. Syracuse forces a lot more steals than Boston College does. If they can capitalize on that, get some easy buckets in transition, I think it'll be enough to get them by the Eagles.
It was 77-71 in Chestnut Hill last time. Syracuse got the win thanks to 21 second-half points from Tyus Battle. Cam, are they going to get it done in the Carrier Dome?
I think they do, 66-63, so closer. But I think the big, we've talked about Bowman and Battle here. I think the big difference is whose supporting cast plays better. And I trust Elijah Hughes and O'Shea Brissett and Buddy Boeheim more than I trust Jordan Chapman, more than I trust Nick Popovich. I think Syracuse has the depth to get it done. That's been the reason that they've had a better record than Boston College. They've had better ACC wins than Boston College.
And Syracuse can't afford to lose this game. You look at the upcoming schedule for SU, NC State, Louisville, Duke, North Carolina. SU must win this game against Boston College, and they do so. I think Syracuse pulls away in the end, 79-69. The way teams somewhat beat Syracuse is by shooting free throws and doing it at a really high clip. Boston College shoots just 70% from the free throw line. I think Syracuse exploits that, and the Orange pull away with a victory.
Surprised you're not writing the Naismith Player of the Year. I'm going Syracuse too, 74-65. So we've all got Syracuse here, and that'll do it for this web edition of Cuse Countdown. For Corey Spector and Cameron Macaulay, I'm Tim Leonard. Enjoy the game.